Supreme, 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 supreme rising. You already know the vibes. And I am Naga. The vibes are I am Naga. You already know the vibe. I am Naga the Wise. Call myself the Wise because I go through experiences. I've been through a lot of experiences. At one point in my life, I would have dumbed out on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just who I was. Like, I would have dumbed out on purpose, and people would look and be like, yo, what he about to do? You know what I'm saying? What he about to do? Or try to press a button to see if I would be still willing to do something, right? Everybody swear they know. Let me put you on to some knowledge real quick. Put you on to some real important understandings real fast. It's not about what's going on in the world. Like, you come into this world knowing that everything is uneven. The sky is uneven. The grounds are uneven. The voices are different. The languages are different. People in different places, hot, cold, medium. You got all these different variations of life in itself. What does that tell you? It's always going to be imbalanced. That's the fact of being here. You having an issue with the imbalance means nothing. You having an issue with imbalance means nothing in life. It ain't got nothing to do with it. If that if that imbalance can change you from who you are, then you've already lost. Think about what I'm saying. See, when the higher ups focus on the energy to say, when they focus on the fact of the matter and they say, because you have inherent evil inside of you. You have things inside of you that makes you a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the imperfectness inside of you. Your actions have evil intentions inside of you. Even though you might not do it, you have it inside of you. This right here is the indifference to that value. This means innately you're always going to go from that cup. That cup is always going to pour out and it's going to be like, this is what you are. No matter what you say to nobody, this is how it's always going to be. So the indifference is you comprehending and knowing, mastering, stepping over to the new side to say, well, you know what? I know this is the world I'm living in, but innately, I'm going to be like this, despite whatever circumstance comes. And you got so many different, like this world is built by the notion of having so many different points of views, people who are interjectionally in the circumstance of being comfortable, right? For the shortcomings. Like, yeah, this is that and this is that. Well, in fact, that's the world. That has nothing to do with us. So it's almost like if I'm playing a video game and the boards, you can't change the actual screen of the board. Like the board you go on, like if you on a video game, you on Mario, you on World 1. You can't change how that world is set up. You come in from this part of the board and you walk down like this. You jump over the obstacles and you keep going until you get to the end of the world. You can't change none of the world. That's by the manufacturer. You know what I'm saying? So that's the situation that we're in. If you're getting mad because you can't hit a block, or you can't jump over the ditch, or you can't get into the pipe, or you can't do these things on Mario, what you getting mad for? That's the game. That's how it's played. I think this kind of goes over everybody's mind. They think that certain situations need to play a role. Nah, the indifference is there's so much power that equals out both values. But if you never get an opportunity to tap into the full retrospect of one side of the power, what would that mean for you? That means you're gonna run to what's plentiful. So the evil energy is more plentiful, even though it's not the subsequent energy of everything in existence. It's not all the same energy. You know what I'm saying? That's just the more energy that's being fed. So you might have a wolf around this world that's big as hell because everybody feed that particular type of wolf. That don't mean it's not another wolf counterpart to it that indulges off the other energy too. It's just not being fed. It might be skinny, sitting under a cave somewhere, like, yo, I wish they feed me. I wish they give me some love. You know what I'm saying? And then the little scraps that we do throw positive energy, it doesn't get full off that. So we don't have the retrospect of it being more plentiful as if the evil energy is. It's so stupid. It's so stupid to where, not for nothing, the evil aspect is being used to keep you confused in aspects. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all watch the presidency joint with Trump almost getting shot and everything. Like they ain't play that out. Like they ain't worked that out. Like they haven't comprehended now that the whole world is enamored with reality TV show. You know what I'm saying? What if we make the presidency like reality TV show? We'll get numbers like a TV show. You know what I'm saying? And think about the numbers that they're trying to receive. They're trying to have the viewers, everybody in tune to this. The more people that watches, the more light energy from your soul you're placing on that. You're watching it, you're putting energy into it. Ooh, what's gonna happen next? What they gonna say, what they gonna do. That's that particular type of energy. And we play victim to that understanding, like I didn't know, or you get excited, or you're like unbeknownst to you in the concept of realizing what's taking place. You get so in the same placement of the particular energy being projected. So you like, this must be what it is. Oh, look what happened. Da 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 da. Your mind is already taken over at that point. Everything's supposed to be taken at a grain of salt. Everything. I don't care if it's $1 million attached to it. I don't care if it's the presidency. I don't care if it's any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's supposed to be taken with a grain of salt. It's crazy flies out here, yo. Y'all know it's the South. But everything's supposed to be taken with a grain of salt, and we don't. We take everything literal, especially intentions. But we like to place the literalness on certain circumstances so we can feel better about how these circumstances are coming through life. So you can have some form of ego, because that is the biggest contentment in the value. Like the ego is the mass. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be a part of that to actually be a part of something, or even have a point of view in some aspect. Well, then I'm comprehending, like, dang, yo, that's kind of crazy right there, because you really got more control over the aspects of reality than it seems. Like if you need me to do that, you need me to be a certain way, just to be like, you need me to be a certain way, just to be like, oh man, this happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's, you gotta, I don't know. For me, it's more like I see it coming before it actually lands. And I start laughing. I start thinking like, yo, they think I'm gonna feel some type of way about what they say. You know what I'm saying? Like they think I'm gonna respond this way to that. That's how I take shit. I be like, so with that, automatically my brain goes to a space, and I'm like, oh, you thought I was gonna say that to this? Like I say that to myself before I even say anything. Like you think that's what my response is gonna be, or you think I feel like that because you act that way. You know what I'm saying? Or you think, you know what I'm saying, what you did control me in this particular type of way. Like this is how I look at shit. And I laugh inside my head. Like everything's funny to me because I realize it's the board. I realize it's the game. You know what I mean? And if this is the Mario game, then the components of the game will be for universal beings to be like the world, right? So the world is remaking values. The world concept is remaking values. So it's like soon as you be more like the world, that's what you are. But I'm not of the world. I'm a part of it. I'm not of the world. I have so many similarities to how the light manifested here on a value, but at my core, I'm still divine. So knowing that my physical flesh might be the subsequent value or a part of the subsequent value of everything in existence, that doesn't make my core that. That's what separates the understanding. That's what makes it majesty. That's what makes it majesty. That's what makes it divine. Because with my flesh, even though my flesh is the same alignment of everything, the same, right? Rocks, right? Plant life, right? More rocks, right? Just because my life is a part of all, I'm a part of all these things in existence. My core is divine. So what would happen if you see a lot of energies around that have divine cell but don't have a divine core? They're inanimate. They can't move. They got life. They just not moving and not making no decisions, right? So then that would entail what? There are beings here, what we call humans, that have a physical makeup of the world with the image, like we have the same moleculic makeup, just rearranged in different ways as everything in the world. Some rearrangements makes trees, some rearrangements makes rocks or sand or grass or animals. But my rearrangement made me how I am, but my core is divine. It's the spark of light that gave me life. So then I have to comprehend that my core drives this physical body. When I'm watching the rest of the world, trees and plants, they can't protect themselves. They can't be in a divine mentality. They're just still. Anybody can do anything to it. You start comprehending. So what would be the difference in you being like that with a divine core allowance? You connected to the Most High. You connected to the Almighty, the creator of time and space, the forger of worlds and dimensions, the architect of the flower of life. You connected to that, and that's where your light comes from. So it's a lot of inspiration off of that value as far as you being something indifferent from the value, but yet still in the egocentric aspect of being within this value of creation. You automatically merge to something known by man. Like you will go tag along to a book or a retrospective of value instead of separating yourself from all things. The concept of falling off the cliff into the darkness with nothing there, just fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna catch me? The all of everything is gonna catch you. You never met it though. You never gave it a date to let it know that you was gonna do that. You just did it. You know what that did? That it removed all fear and wonder from whatever value you needed to sustain self-preservation. So you just fell. They called it faith. That's the words they used for it, when in fact, it was freedom. That's knowing that your flesh is here, but your consciousness is dynamic. Your spirit, your soul energy is the most powerful thing in the known universe because of what it's connected to. You ever seen spaghetti and you ain't cook it right in the pot? And that clump of it is together like at the back. It's like a clump of spaghetti together. They stuck together. But then on the end of it is loose, kind of like it's in a ponytail. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hanging. And they got like this part loose, but this part stuck together because you ain't cook it right. That's how the divine energy is. See how that imperfection showed you perfection within its own motion. You'll be sitting there mad at your plate like, well, I got the thick spaghetti. I don't want that. But divine is showing you it's still food. We all connected. You'll get mad at it like, I got the thick one. Won't be able to see the science in it. Reveling in the fact that you still ate. You got a clump though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a clump though. Like, but mine don't look like theirs. Don't worry about it. You still got it. See how many pieces are still connected to it, looking like a ponytail. That's how we is from the divine. The source energy is coming through the ether, pop through the ether. One powerful. It's not like 2, 3, 4. It's one. Bang. That's what they mean by the one, the neo, the one. They had to resurp that energy to make you think indifferent. That lady, I don't even know. Whatever. That's from her time. You know what I'm saying? So that's how she saw it. She saw it as the makeup of what they were doing. This is why she wrote the story like that. But in fact, they usurped that story and reversed the value. The one only means the true connection to the source, and you are a part of the one. That's why they couldn't even explain it right in the movie The One, when he kept going to different universes, killing versions of himself. They couldn't even comprehend it. So they like, yo, he must be jumping through universes, killing versions of himself. he's gonna just be the one. It don't even work like that. It don't even work like that. The science don't even play out like that. So for you to comprehend that there's multiple versions of you in this existence, then you have to also understand, overstand, and understand that these versions are simultaneously placed in different parts of existence to ensure that a piece of divine energy illuminates in that aspect at that particular place at that particular existence. That's all of us. Some of us pull so far away from my son or the mother aspect is that we become free from that aspect, and then you just have no respect for life, period. We see a lot of people that walk around like that. They don't carry a respect for life. They don't carry a respect for the notion of process. They just do whatever they want. They lie, cheat, steal, manipulate, hide their hand. You know what I'm saying? Divine got a plan for all of that. You can be as silent as you want. It don't matter how quiet you are with your treachery. It's not like it's not seen. See, people are stupid. They think, well, if I be the energy that people say, the ones you need to watch out for, nobody won't know. Like, that's why people do dirt and they be quiet. Like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna say this about somebody. I'm gonna do this to somebody and I ain't gonna say nothing. No, your energy is recorded. This is a way of existence. It's like I cannot not be connected to the body of all things. And the more I meditate and stay within that circumference of what I am, who I am, you know what happens? Automatically, I merge with every single frequency come to man. So you can be clear across the country. If I know you and know of you, I can vibe with you. I can feel you. You ain't even gotta call me. I can feel you. Be like, yo, I know something was up with your frequency. Yo, I was feeling that your frequency was slightly off because I know initially when I met you, you was in this particular energy. But this day, I felt like, and it was like, yeah, you know, I was going through X, Y, Z. That's how it always is. You can feel the indifference. You know, it's like rabbits. You know what I'm saying? Like rabbits, like, you know, a rabbit will be way down the field, so far from you, you can't run and catch it. But a rabbit ear be like, I felt that. You moving towards me. The rabbit be like, nah, the wind changed. The way they thought changed. They started thinking in my direction. It's time for me to move. That's how a rabbit think. You know what I'm saying? Like the rabbit ain't even got it. The rabbit like looking this way. You behind it like a whole 2 football fields. That rabbit picked up your bodily motion moving to the left with a twinkle of the wind off a hair off the ear. It's like, I peeped that. You ain't getting that close to me. So they had to invent hunting for you to sit back, scope it out. Got the rifle. You looking way from a distance with a scope on it, like, yo, he don't even see me. I'm like way far. Baya! Take it out. That be the conscious understanding to these particular values. But divine, like, nah, I'm just gonna I'm a supercell the senses. I'm a supercell the senses. So now when you far out there, you trying to graze, you trying to live off the natural ordinance that I gave you to live, and they out there scoping you. I got you. Watch what I do. I'm gonna make your senses even more stronger. So now, when they miles and miles away thinking they see you, you done move before they sat down. You done moved another way. They like, damn, wait a minute, why you move that way? I just got comfortable with this shit. Nah, it don't work like that. You literally change it into the energy that's trying to be, but can't move like. Trying to tell you something. You literally change it into the energy that's trying to be, but can't move like because of the misunderstanding of the function of what you think you're doing. Don't let this go over your head. It's your base integrity. So the more you do these things, is the more you become. But if I am a true understanding and I comprehend my true understanding, what happens? I be more of that. I get to be more of that. Dig what I'm saying? It's only when I put more water in the balloon get bigger. If I don't put water in it, it won't get bigger. If I put more wood on the fire gonna burn brighter. That's just what it is. You put more dirt on top of dirt, the mountain to get higher. That's all. That's just what it is. More wind to make a tornado. That's just what it is. So more divine energy makes more divine energy. That's just the natural understanding of how things go in this world. It's deep processes. Deep processes. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start doing some advertising for my page because I'm gonna need y'all to get in tune with this knowledge, yo. Like, Everybody wants to attach something to somebody else instead of free themselves because the world is so controlling. The world can't have a standpoint of being. There won't be no control without representing the things that it done as a value of saying that was great. No, it wasn't nothing great. You know what I'm saying? No man has done anything great in the understanding unless it's promotion of the value. So until you take one thing from its docile point to his most high respected point, then you haven't done anything. Nothing. You don't take it and break it down, strip it, and then claim it. All praise due to the Most High. You don't get an opportunity to do that. That's not who you are. That's not who we are as coaches. But this is what man does. Man will go and take it, find something that's out there, put its name on it, restructure the value of the definition of it, and then say, you know what? I'm great because of so. It's not a fact. You're not uplifting that thing. You're uplifting yourself, which deals in ego. What I'm trying to get you to understand is our job as a steward or connections to the universe and this plane of existence we live on was to illuminate everything in life, to put the divine spark into everything. Plants, animals, the minerals, the ground you stand on, everything. You were supposed to put the divine spark in everything. But see, we got mixed up into separating the values of the things that we wanted ourselves. We wanted that. I want to be the one seen in this particular type of way. Now look what I brought to the table. Look at me, me, me. That was the world putting you through the addiction value. The world did that. The world beat you down because the world is uneven. So it had to make anything new come into this world uneven. Vibe what I'm trying to tell you. It had to make anything new come into this world uneven. Knowing that perfect beings was coming, the light that it was perfect light inside of that being to sustain life. Everything about you physically was going to be uneven though. Look at your body. You got arms, shoulders, everything curves and moves, bumpy up and down. You was going to fit into this existence no matter how you see it, or what you thought or not. You was going to fit into this existence. You was going to be forced to fit here. This is how far your light fell. That's a scientific value of the understanding. So it manifested in the same dimensional aspect as this dimension that you're in. Do you get what I'm saying to you? You comprehend that? So the more you're like this, the less you are like. Wouldn't that be imperative for me to move like my spiritual aspect instead of how the world does things? Yes, that would be the most imperative aspect. Like, yeah, I should move more like the protector of this thing that I moved in, because I see it doesn't have the divine guidance or the divine understanding of that pretense within its core. It doesn't have it. It can't protect itself. The ground can erupt and fire can come out the earth and clear off all life, but it'll come back. See that process? But it has to be destroyed. So then that became my essence, to say, well, this is how it works. No, that's how this dimension is, unless you have a divine being that can structure the motion of how things move. That's why we are scientists. We're supposed to look, observe, and understand. So once I look and observe and understand, now I can redirect the value from damaging every other piece of life that might be conjuncted with the life that's here. I'm looking at life around me. What I see is solidification, meaning that it wasn't able to take care of itself long enough to where it could continue to move. So now it got stuck. So look at us right now. Y'all think this is going to be like some, whole destruction of a civilization. No, I'm looking at people that ain't going to be able to move no more. You talk about statues and mountains and shit. I see y'all the same way soon because you are so enamored with the way of the world. You're not going to be able to move. You're going to be stuck to what you understand. And once the rest of this stuff sink and it gets stuck into the earth and it starts to calcify and solidify, you will be a part of that. You will be a part of that. This goes over your head like, yeah, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yo, that dude crazy. Yeah, it'll be another museum built, though. There'll be more museums built. There'll be more of the process of understanding built. And you'll be like, this was the past. You'll be taking your kids to this place. They'll be like, this was the past. This what happened thousands of years ago. People was walking around, riding buses and cars. Thinking that they was the best in the world, looking past everything that was given to them by the Most High. Never satisfying the value of what they was connected to. No, we not gonna satisfy none of that. And then you get stuck. You get stuck. There's a liquid that's inside of rocks, and this liquid is actually clear like water, but it is so enamored with so many solidifying minerals that if you was to drink it, your body turns to stone within seconds. It starts to make your inside solidify into stone. You know what it's called? You know what it's called? It's called silica water. Silica water that's been sitting inside of a stone. These stones can calcify around this water, and it can make it like a bowl. And inside of this, it holds a level of this strong type of water that turns anything into stone instantly. It don't take no months or a day, a year. No, literally within seconds. Like within the first 3 seconds, your organs start to hurt because they can't move. Your body don't die just yet. Within 2 minutes, you'll be dead because your heart have been turned to stone. And then the rest of your body turns to stone, and you just like, and you stuck like that from the inside out. I've been know that though. I've been saw stories on it. I've been read about it. It's actually a dope story about this dude and his wife that went geomining or whatever, and they found one of these, and then she thought it was the best water in the world, and she drank it. By the time the husband ran and got the phone and ran back from the car to where she was already done. She had drank the water. She was like, "Call her, I'm calling now." He ran, turned around. When he got back, she was like this. He's like, "What happened?" Like, yo, she died. Stuck like that. The world has a way of showing you how everything is going to actually play out. And the world is super lenient. Like divine in the process of you being is super lenient. Like it gives you so many options to just be at peace. But you won't take it because that frustration ego aspect makes you want to feel like you have to be. That's because of the descendant. That's the dilution, the energy coming down. Like it came down. Like, and it solidified into something else. So then we start putting our place or our understanding as far as placement in a false reality. So now you tell yourself, "Oh, I must be this because of what I went through." Who the fuck is you? It's a whole earth of people here. You know what I'm saying? Like, who told you you can go do this with your life? Wait a minute. That hurt a chord. No, you can't do what you want with your life. Your job is to protect the divine energy given to you. That's it. And the connection to other things. That solidifies real connection. And people talking about, "Oh, what is the self-love aspect?" People are running the self-love. Yeah, the self-love aspect is demonly for you to learn how to love yourself, so therefore you can illuminate what that is. How you gonna shine something out of you that you don't have inside of you? How you gonna promote love out of you that's not inside of you? You could tell by your integrity. You only gonna be what you are. I heard somebody say that the other day, like, yo, every time you crash, what you crash and what spill out is what you really are. I thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Because it was. So just think about that. When you crash, what you truly are. You ain't been thriving to stand on truth. You haven't been thriving to stand on the truth. You ain't been striving to do the right thing by people. That's not your integrity base. That's never going to spill out of you then. What's going to spill out of you is self-preservation, and you're going to try to defend yourself. That's how you know base integrity to a person is not the value when that's the first thing come out their mouth. You got to learn and listen. Like, yo, why are you trying to protect yourself if you other than that? You know what I'm saying? Like this is my grandfather's be like, "Yo, why you gotta say something if you ain't did nothing?" That shouldn't be coming out of you. Because that shouldn't be who you are as an individual. But that's what happens. That's who you are as an individual. So then your truth come out. But you got to be intelligent enough to see that. Like, oh, that's how you really get mad. When you get mad, you want to try to, because you're not really that. Because if you was really that, that's what you would do. You wouldn't care. Like the opposing to a circumstances wouldn't even matter. You'd be like, nah, I don't give a shit about that. Are they okay? See, the old heads from back in the day are great. That's how they used to move. They'd be like, I don't care about what happened. Are you all right? Are you bleeding? You need to go to the hospital? That's how they would come at you. They'd be like, if ain't nothing that's going on, we ain't worried about it right now. Because I swear, if something come through here, we gonna handle that. We protectors of life. And that's why our families and our tribes was more together at one point. We all had the same agenda. We was not about to see a part of ours not succeed. But what happened was lack. So the lack that took place, the things that people went through, deprived, what you was deprived of became your new weapon. And it became your weapon against other people. So you deprived of things in life through your ancestry, through your DNA. What you was deprived of through your life and your DNA and your family became your weapon. So now, because you didn't have and people would look at you in a certain way, that became how you treated people. I'll just lie. I'll just cheat. I'll just steal is what they did to me. It worked for them, so it got to work for me. That ain't how this work. That ain't how this work. And you siding with that? You siding with that? You telling the divine that that power is more stronger than the Most High. It's a full circle. It's a full circle. You telling the universe, yeah, I'd rather do that. And then we sit around like, yo, why is the world going left? Because 95 of y'all would rather get back. 95 of y'all want to check something. 95 of y'all want to put something in order. Y'all want to get some shit right. What is it to get right? One thing got nothing to do with the next, right? But we keep mixing it all together. And that's why it don't work out like that. One thing got nothing to do with next. To have finances and have a wealthy living has nothing to do with the connection of downfall and where it come from. Those two energies don't even match. So when you upset and you talking about the history of where we come from, but then yet you talking about uplift and we need this and that, don't need, the energies don't match because it's hateful, sad, death energy with that. So how are you going to move forward with a smile with those two energies? They clash. They go, when they come together, they go and they bounce off each other. They're two different frequencies. You can't be sad thinking that you're about to get wealthy. The shit don't go together. You can't be holding on to your past of slavery days and a whole bunch of bullshit that you went through. Oh, I didn't have this. I ain't been through that. And thinking that you're going to move upwards. You're telling the universe that you're still holding on to that negative energy. So that means you're literally spiraling down and all your actions are going to follow the same pretense. They don't comprehend American language. They comprehend the frequency you put out from your heart, your integrity, your intention from your heart. The universe hears that. So when you are angry at your base and you mad and you trying to affect someone personally because shit you went through, universe, that's what you want more of. And when it happened, you sitting there like, wait a minute, why my plan didn't work? Why the negative energy I wanted to land on them didn't work? Because that's your base. That was your order in the McDonald's window. You came from the intention of your heart and was like, yeah, I want that person not to have. I want to mess what they got up because I'm just hateful in my heart. Well, that shit coming to you, playboy. That shit coming to you, playgirl. That's the reality to that. You don't get to, you're not God. You're not a creator. You're a creation that creates. And you fail at that. So this is where this knowledge gets twisted to the value and people really think that they can just do whatever they think they're going to do. Do you know what you're thinking? Do you comprehend what you're thinking? You're thinking the level of whence you came. You have to think higher. So if I have to think higher, then I have to comprehend how frequency travels. And once I understand before it solidifies into a physical body, it was light. So then I have to understand the properties of light and where that comes from, the source. So then understanding the source energy is all powerful, almighty. How can I? Shit is simple. Divine don't make it complicated. You do, because you feel some type of way about what you went through. You butt hurt still. Your life twisted. You know how many things people have done to me, lied about me, said, tried to misplace, hide, and do everything they can to do to just say, you know what, I want to make him feel some type of way because he ain't got the physical things in life that don't matter. I give a shit, never did. When there's one door closing, another one gonna open, because that's interception by your man. There's nothing more powerful than the divine, and it happens every single time. You close that door on me, I'm gonna open another one with the power of the divine. Long as you don't know what door I open, how you gonna close it? See, that means I trusted you at one point, until you started showing that you was deceptive. All praise due to the Most High. Get with me. Walk beside me. Don't walk behind me. Walk beside me. Trying to show you something, but you don't hear it, because you know why? You still butthurt about things you went through in your life. So negative frequencies are going to keep walking down the stairs. It's a 6. It spirals down. Positive energy is a 9. It comes to an end and it spirals up, because it's taking you to the point to where you have no burdens that mix with the earth, even though you're in a physical body. Now we talking about light bodies. Self-sustaining, self-energy, solar panel bodies. You charged up the sun. Ain't even seen one like you yet. We ain't seen your model yet. Oh, now we transforming out here. We upgrading. Start moving amongst the light all the time. You gotta be just within the light, and it's not too many light beings. The light is bright, so you know where they at. Still in the manufacture. They're in the manufacturer company, getting their light worked on so they can absorb light. And until the membrane of the coil is set right and properly, they will not be able to absorb light. So they only as bright as their capability is. So then you start to comprehend that you bright, but you don't shine as bright as these lights, so I don't need you right now. So now you left alone to fend within the understanding. But that might be within the circumference of other lights that are not as bright too. So now you got something that's connectable. That's why the misery love company aspect comes from. But when your light is bright, you can stand alone. That means you're about to get brighter. You're going to keep getting brighter and keep getting brighter and keep getting brighter. Self-sustaining energy. Self-replicating energy. These are divine principles. Why wouldn't it be? The Creator is almighty, beginning and last. Never no ended, never no start. Just constant. It's a set energy, a set motion. You got to comprehend this as a value. You got to comprehend this as a value. And if you don't comprehend it as a value, that's when everything in you grows, when you stay what you are. Divine can make it real simple, but sometimes inside of you, you so much enraged by the actions that are taking place, you talking in your mind over the value of what's being sent to you. So you can't hear divine talking while you're talking. Divine is not about to raise his voice and say, hey, I'm talking to you. That takes divine out of the power. So divine talks in peaceful. Talks peaceful to you. Silent. In a way that's just for you, as if you was in the library. Just you and divine in this space. So the frequency always comes as if it's always almighty and all powerful. It's never going to yell at you. It's never going to force you to do anything. Right? It's going to be there for you to hear it. But then you talking like this in your head. You're like, yo, I'm tired of this. Da-da-da-da. This ain't going to happen. This ain't going to happen. But divine is talking to you like this. This is how the download is coming. It's like, listen, it's all you got to do. But you so upset. You so enamored with life. You like, da-da-da-da-da-da. You can't hear this. This is how it's talking. But in your head, you like this. So you keep missing the message. Every single time you keep on missing. You keep on missing the message. Or somebody else over your ear telling you, saying something, so you can't even hear the download because you connected to people who misery loves company. So if it ain't you in your head, it's somebody else yelling at your head. Open the doors of the gates. Open the doors of the gates. And you gotta listen. Ooh, let me tell you this. Look how the world got all these boxes and squares showing you everything. Every social media got a square. Everyone. It's a square box that's showing you or a person telling them, hey, look at me. Every single one of them. You will never hear the voice. And they're like, yo, you got to do more. You got to do more. If you really want to get this money, you want to. You really want to get this money? You really want to look like this? You really want to live your life? You really want to do like this? Look at my booty. Look at my booty. Look at my booty. Look at my muscles. Look at my muscles. Look at my muscles. That's what the world do. Look how much I got. Look how much I got. Look how much I got. Everything to keep you distracted from what you are. Giving up everything that you are, though. And you see that as an issue. You see it as, man, they natural. They be talking that divine stuff. That's the deep part. That's deep right there. That's even a consideration. You got 3 levels of mentalities here on this earth, right? 3 levels of mentality on this earth. Hush. 3 levels of mentality on this earth. Baby, cool out. You got 3 levels of mentality on this earth. The 3 levels of mentality that's on this earth. So, be quiet. The 3 levels of mentality that's on this earth is based off. Come on, shut up. The 3 levels of mentality is based on. It's based on how you know. One over the other. So that dog just killed my whole joint just now. I was trying to and I should have brought my energy down. That's what it was. Like my energy was raising up because I get excited. But anyway, the 3 levels of energy is based off the 3 functions. So you have the original initial energy. The second energy is transmute into what it's going to become in the physical aspect. So it's like you kind of toggled in the middle for a little bit. So that first one is your innocence. The second one is the process, right? It's the process of it changing. And the third one is you becoming. So when you become within the physical world, that's when your mentality changed to only notice everything that's physical. You have no attachment to the spiritual nothing. So now you don't have a height of energy that magnetizes over the value. You're immersed in it. So now your conversation is deep. That's all you see. That's all you talk about. That's all you can manifest to. It's all you lean towards. Well, if you ain't got this, I was on somebody's page on the joint the other day, and they was like, would you be with somebody if they didn't have a job? You know how many people said no? I mean, men and women both felt the same way. Like, nah, I wouldn't. They got to have a job. But you came in this world without that. You came in this world just with the light of the divine. Now you're telling the universe, you can't have nobody unless they are not real, unless they are controlled by a human. But you've been fighting to not be controlled by a man for a long time. You see how that works? So you've been telling the universe, yo, we got to get out of slavery. We need to stand up. But there's a lot of negative emotion with that. But that's coming from the sincerity of your heart. So now in the future, everybody's like, well, if you ain't a slave, they're not saying those words. But it's the system that they're attaching to it. Well, if you ain't working, you ain't got XYZ, I can't do XYZ for you. So you're saying now, all the energy that we put out in the universe has come back as the value of you placing that on the same people that got killed and murdered for what you now are saying everybody should do. People died, lost their lives, their culture, their way, who they were, how they think. They were hung, they were set on fire, lost whole cities, finances for ages. The greatest truth to understanding is all lost. And now, because of all that intentional energy that came from the heart space, told the universe, we have to stop this. The universe said, I'm going to give you more of that. So now, right now, we're in the paradigm of everybody and your mama, like, if you ain't a part of slavery, I can't fuck with you. Y'all don't even see that, though. That shows the obliviousness of that as the return energy when they say it's time to reap the harvest. What do you think we've been reaping? What do you think we've been reaping? This is the harvest over the last 400 years. This is a universal harvest. This is why I was told to not be involved. This is all your pains in the years. It's all the screaming on social media, everybody dropping a jewel. Everybody got something to say about this or that. Somebody coming in this corner, somebody in this corner, somebody doing all this energy is depravity, yo. It's just the universe sending you everything back. So now you get an opportunity to have the voice of the failure because you sent it out that way. This is the greatest lesson in the whole world. Nobody sees it as the fact that your turmoil is what you're reaping right now through your DNA. Through your DNA, it's come back all full circle. We gonna march because we in pain. We couldn't find the happiness through no times. That's how deep we was dug in that hole. Like, you couldn't find being happy in those aspects. And when the happiness was there, you know what happened? We started creating cities. We was like, yo, we ain't worrying about that. Just let me get mine so we can get back taking it. When we was in that time, like we talking about maybe 40s, 50s, 60s, some businesses was popping up. Towns was being built, shit like that. I'm like, saying, nah, we need to put some more negative energy on that. We can't have them feeling like they can just do whatever they want. So now you like, wait a minute. We put all this work in. We did this. How can you take this from us, Father? Please, God, help us. They gave you the churches. They gave you liquor stores. So now you started drinking to the pain. Now you feel it more in your heart. Everybody across the nation, prohibition. Everybody drinking. I'm drunk as shit. I'm mad. My wife dead. I lost my wife. I don't got my house no more. They got me out here farming and getting no money. I messed up. They took everything from me. They laughing at me. They hanging and kill people everywhere around the world. This is the energy that's being sent out. Now we writing it in books. They can read the story. This is what happened in 1532 and 1896, and this is what happened. That same energy you crying about is what you sent out through your heart. It was your intention. As bad as it seems, your only power is to be in power. That's your power. Within the circumference of somebody stepping in your face, you might have to whip somebody's ass, but do that shit with a smile on your face. Do it with love. Make sure that ass whipping is so smooth. It's what you was asking for. Never exert more energy than you have to. Never exert more energy than you have to. So even if you seem like you exerting a lot of energy, man, they don't know the backup cord on that. They don't even know how powerful that John is. They just see you strong. Stay close to your original energy. Stay close to your creator energy. I'll say it again. Stay close to the creator energy. It's not about what you think. It's not about what you believe. As soon as you start going down that dynamic of thinking, you literally walk away from it. That's how you walk away from spirituality, with your 2 cents. Oh no, how you gonna oh no? It's either the divine or no way. And the other way always takes you farther away. You know what searching does? Searching make you go look. See how simple that was placed? When you search for it, you gotta go look. That means what you getting, you're not comprehending. That means what you getting, you're not comprehending. So when you searching, you got to go look. That pulls you away from the divine. Divine says, sit still and know that I am. And anything that comes with that. Be still and know that I am. And that's why people fall short. You're going to get up, you're going to hear this and be like, the frequency off. Nah, it's not my frequency that's off. You're not on this level. So you automatically are repelled from this energy. It's like 2 opposite magnets. You try to come close and they push you off, bang. I don't think anything. I'm guided. And Divine filled my head up with a whole bunch. Divine said, move like this. It's some real, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. This is the realest thing ever. Sometimes I don't be knowing what to do. Sometimes I don't be knowing what to do. Divine be like, yo, I go to sleep and wake up on it. Divine be like, do this. Word for word. And you do it immediately as it happens. Don't wait. Don't wait a 15, 20 minutes. Do it as soon as the Most High tell you to do it. Sometimes it may seem like it's, well, I'm going to do that. I'm not getting none of that. It's not about what you're getting out of it. Sometimes one energy is initial for another energy to take place. So you may go mop the floor, and that mop the floor just leads you to open up for something else. Or you may move a shoe, and that shoe allows something else to take place. No benefit to it, but it sets a motion. Listen to the Almighty. It's not about what it seems to you or what you perceive it to be. It ain't about how you think. It's about your obedience. If I tell you to stand on your goddamn head, stand on your goddamn head and don't ask me why. That's the difference. Understanding obedience doesn't have to have a definition to it. You're looking at the whole chaotic world that we living in. It's up and down. It's even the knowledge gonna come to you chaotically. It's gonna come to you like, yo, what does this mean? Why am I doing this? You don't have to know, just do it. Stop saying what you're not a part of and do what I tell you. All praise due to the Most High. Sometimes I may falter in my saying that, but then I'm always apologetic and knowing I know my place. I always know my place when it comes to the divine. Yeah, my flesh gonna get weak, but that's expected. Especially when you striving to listen. When you striving, walking the road of righteousness to learn how to listen to what divine is telling you. You can never hear when you're talking. Especially inside yourself, because your own voice is over the thought. So how much are you silent? Some people integrity base is so messed up. They silent, but they loud inside their own head. They don't talk, but they talking inside their head though. This is what I mean when I started this off by some people put on the front of the character. That's the value of what people tell you you need to be next to. I know lots of quiet people that's evil. They act like they quiet because they trying to hear what you got to say so they can say it. They're not getting no message from divine. You know why? Because they're integrity based. They're always in their head planning the next evil action. All praise due to the Most High. I smile in your face all the time. I want to take your place. The backstabber. Backstabber. See, manipulation is on both sides of the coin. They wanted you to believe it was going to come loud and brash. Nah, they didn't want you to see it the same way they could be. You got to keep in mind, even the devil was an angel. If I want to use the concept, not to even say actuality or reality, what I'm saying, the possibility, because it's both sides of the same coin. Why would I listen to either one of the idiots? I'm only going to listen to the creator in the first place. You see how that even played out? Why sit here and have a debate about if I'm going to listen to my brother or not when I could just go straight to the source? I'll let you marinate on that. I ain't trying to hold you. I'm just trying to show you something. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You already know the vibes. This is NAGA the Wise. Share this around and around and around and around and around. Subscribe to my channel. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Let me converse with somebody back and forth. Who want the smoke? I love a dialect. You know what I'm saying? Come through. Let's build. I ain't trying to hold you. Just trying to show you something.